Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. Going to try to make this video a little shorter today because this is a no-brainer, and this is another great appliance for your kitchen. So the cool thing about having a YouTube channel is, one, I get to interact with a lot of different people, and also right next to that, I get a lot of really cool products. Let's not joke around about it. Let's not beat around the bush. It is awesome to be able to experiment and get different products and share a lot of this stuff on the channel, right? So if you are interested in this product, there's always a link in the description. Check it out. I am going to recommend you buy this through Amazon. That's where you're going to get the best price and, of course, the easiest buying experience. It is available on their website, but as of today, the price on the Amazon listing is a little bit cheaper. Speaking of price, $107. You really can't go wrong. This product has 5 stars on Amazon. Not many products I ever review, as great as they are, ever get a 5-star. So that's out of 2,749 people. So that should really be enough if you're in the market for an air fryer to give this one a go. Now, full disclosure, I haven't put this to the test yet. I have watched a few other videos, a few other demonstrations. I'm not going to cook chicken wings here in my office. That's not what I do. But this is a product I've been wanting to add to my kitchen for quite some time. So what do you get with this? So I'm going to keep it as basic and simple as possible. This is a 100-degree to 450-degree air fryer. If you're not familiar with what an air fryer does, basically an air fryer is an appliance that tries to replicate the type of texture you're going to get with deep frying. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Now remember, this isn't a one-to-one. You're not going to take chicken wings or some fish and chips and throw them in a deep fryer and then put fish and chips in here and have it turn out the same. You just can't. The whole reason that food turns out so delicious is because you're cooking it in oil, right? You're cooking it in oil, you're cooking it fast, it's crisping up, and that oil adds all kinds of calories and all kinds of flavor. This is a healthy option to still get sort of a crispy type food experience without all those extra oil calories and all that extra fat, right? So if you're going to cook something like chicken wings, you're going to get kind of a similar experience or a similar cooking texture as deep frying. The reason for that, as long as you're not adding any kind of extra breading, remember, chicken skin has a lot of fat in it. So if you get it to temperature, that fat starts to break down. It starts to absorb into the meat. It starts to kind of cook itself. And so when you cook like some chicken wings, chicken thighs with skin on in something like this, you're going to get a similar kind of flavor as you would if you just deep fried it, minus the extra oil, because the skin's got a lot of oil in it anyway. And that's going to kind of almost deep fry itself in this environment. So what you basically have is a cooking element on the inside of this with a fan behind that in a 6.8 a quart cooking space. So we'll show you the tray in just a second. So this is definitely, you could definitely cook enough food in here to feed me. But no, you could, for normal people, right, who aren't pigs. I mean, you can definitely, all joking aside, you could definitely feed, I'd say 3 to 4 people with this. You could easily put 4 steaks in here. I mean, and as long as if you make pretty thick steaks, you get quite a meal out of that, right? So there isn't the ability to layer food, unfortunately. I think that would have been nice to have a second tray, and I'll show you that in a second. But remember, the whole idea in trying to crisp up food is to get that air circulation. Most ovens have this feature already. It's called convection. So if you look in your fan, you open it up, you'll see if your oven has this, most of them do, there's a fan in the back. And so that basically does the same thing this does. The difference between an air fryer and a convection oven is the cooking area in this is much smaller and much more contained. So all that aroma, all that air, all that hot air is circulating around a very small environment. And that's going to add to crisping up your food a lot easier than if you were to put it in an oven. I've used convection in the oven quite often, especially making chicken wings. It turns out okay, but it's going to do a much better job in this because it's a much smaller environment. You have a lot more air circulation. In an oven, it's such a large space. You have a little itty-bitty fan that really just gently circulates the air. This is more of like a tornado inside here, right? You're going to get a lot of air circulation. So that's going to crisp up your food a lot better. Now, keep in mind, you do have to flip your food. There is let me show you this right now. You pop out the non-stick cooking tray. Pretty cool. This has an insert, and this is what you're going to want to use. This basically sits above the cooking surface on the bottom, or above the base of the tray. And so the idea in that is to have that fat, those juices drip down away from what you're cooking, but then also to circulate that air. All non-stick coating, easy to clean. You could take the entire tray, put this in the dishwasher. Don't put the entire oven in the dishwasher. Very simple, and I like when companies make things that are easy and easy to clean up. I am not a fan of scrubbing cast iron. Don't use a Brillo pad on it. Use something kind of soft. This non-stick cooking surface should be no problem cleaning, right? I do think if you're going to get some drippings on the inside, this you might have to scrub a little bit, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be a real problem for you, right? So basically, you got to put your food in the bottom, slide this tray right into the machine. Of course, plug it in, and we're not going to do that today. Again, link is in the description. I'll throw some pictures up here to show you what the display looks like. You can take a look at that now. Nice, easy to read display. Very simple. You have your different modes. It's really a no-brainer in setting this up. Now, there is a preheat function, which is pretty nice. That's self-explanatory. It's going to preheat the oven, so if you know you're going to cook something that night or in that day, you're getting ready to prep your food, get the meat ready, season it, preheat the oven. That'll save on cooking time, right? What else? You have your on-off, you have your temperature settings, and a couple different settings for the modes. You have an air fry mode, a broil mode, etc., etc. What else? Cooking temperature, this is great. You can adjust the cooking temperature from 100 to 450 degrees. A lot of the ones I've seen only go up to 400. So 450 is very hot. You need a lot of hot air circulating. Keep in mind, when I've deep fried stuff in the past, when I've had jobs cooking, we cooked around 350 to 380. So a little different than cooking in oil. Remember that I saw one guy cook some French fries, and experiment with it. Keep an eye on it, and it has an exhibition window right in the front here and a light. So when you turn that on, you'll be able to look at your food. Take a look at it. Make sure you're not getting your food burnt. In this one gentleman's video, great video, but his French fries got burned, and he said, that's the way I like them. That may be true, but not for me. I don't like burned food at all, no matter what it is. So I think you just have to kind of watch your food and take the manual with a grain of salt. Just kind of experiment with it. Speaking of the manual, they do give you a cookbook. Very simple, 100 recipes. And this is a great way to kind of get you started without kind of looking online and saying, oh, what should I cook this to? What temperature should I do? What am I supposed to do with this? This will give you the basics. I mean, here we have some crumbed fish fillet, right? So it's going to be kind of like a shake and bake almost. Very simple. I'm not going to read you the whole recipe here. But as far as cooking time, 10 minutes. Prep time, 8 minutes. Set it to 350. Set the cooking time. Very basic. And then you'll find out whether or not that's the right setting for you. I always say with steaks, steaks is kind of, I think, I don't want to say the hardest thing to cook, but cooking steak perfectly, kind of, you need to have a little bit of experience with that, right? For me, I'm always happy no matter what it's cooked at, but I'm a medium rare kind of guy. I do use a lot of sous vide when it comes to cooking, and if you're not familiar with that, then look it up. But I think this is a really great way to kind of add some crisp to your recipes, right? Now, depending on your needs, you might be getting it because you're looking to eat a little bit healthier. And those are all really valid reasons on why you should buy something like this. I like the fact that it gets down to 100 degrees, and most standard ovens don't go that low. So with 100 degrees, you can do dehydrated fruit. Now, they don't list in the manual, and this is unfortunate. I don't know why. They list that you can dehydrate fruit, but they don't list that you can dehydrate meats. Now, I'm not sure if that's like a legal reason they didn't put that in there. I don't really understand, because if you can dehydrate fruits, you can dehydrate meat and make beef jerky. So I will experiment with that, because I have wanted to get a dehydrator for quite some time, since my buddy started doing his own beef jerky. Beef jerky is expensive. If you're a guy who works out or a girl who works out, beef jerky is a great on-the-road snack to getting that protein. So I look forward to experimenting with that. But really fully featured, 5 stars on Amazon. Again, 2,749 ratings. This thing gets a 5-star. Not many items I've ever reviewed get a full 5-star. We get the 4s, we get the 4.5s, but we don't always get the 5s. So that says a lot about the quality of this item and the features and the value. $107 shipped to your door. I'm not sure if that's a Christmas special or whatnot, but if you are in the market for one of these, pick one up now. I think you'll be pretty happy with this. Other than that, this is all you really need. One thing to be noted, It is only available that I can tell in black. And again, you remember I talked about watches and the check boxes. Everybody's going to have a different, a different check boxes for what they're looking for, different products. Black definitely stands out more depending on your kitchen, but I think black does go with everything. It would be nice if they made this in white and maybe something in stainless, but right now they're only making it in the black. For me, this is going to be perfect. It blends right in with my kitchen, so that might be the only reason somebody might, look for a different product. But the nice thing about it, super lightweight, very easy to just, this will fit right underneath your cabinet. It's not something you need to leave on your kitchen counter, all the time, unless you're using it all the time. But you be the judge of that. That's it. If I can help you guys in any way, let me know. Drop me a comment or drop me an email. I am always here to help. I want to thank Dreo for their generosity in sending this out to me. I'll put the link to this particular air fryer and the Dreo Amazon store. We can check out some of the other products by Dreo and be reviewing in the next couple of weeks. An air conditioning unit, a tower fan, and of course a infrared heater, perfect for this time of year. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day and take care.